Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Daily Stock Market End of Day Update. We made tons of money and we had great trades. I told everybody yesterday buy here, buy on the green lines, sell on the red lines, and look at this indicator worked out very, very perfectly. This morning pre market, I told my members this is where you need to buy. We were here and I told you guys this is where we need to buy. And I told you guys do not get greedy. Afternoon update, I told we were here sometime here, and on lunchtime we were here, and I told you guys there's a gap here, but do not get greedy. Make sure you lock in profits and put stop losses because market is unpredictable and we are approaching a sell zone. And look what happened. We came very close to sell zone and we dumped immediately after that. So who listened to me, people would have made profit 1.44% today, and after that we could have shorted and made profit another 1.67%. And look where we ended. Nasdaq ended on a buy zone. This is where we buy. We don't short here. If you're shorting here, that's a rookie mistake because people don't have this indicator. So we are at the buy zone. This is where you should be buying triple Q's ETF, and you can see triple Q also entered on the buy zone. You can see these trades are easy. If you know these zones, I give these zones pre-market every day. You can just highlight it and then you can know when to buy, when to sell. And triple Qs, you could have made easy profits. And today again, we entered in the buy zone. So we could have sold here and bought here. To show you clearly, we could have sold closer here as we were getting there. And we are now ready to buy again after the dump. US 500, which is S&P 500, same thing here, exactly same thing. Pre-market, I told you guys this is green lines to buy. We are at the buy zone. Told everybody, all members buy SPY. They bought SPY. This one even came closer to the sell zone. Sold here. And again, now we are in the buy zone. Look at Dow Jones, US 30, even better, surpassed first standard deviation in the sell zone. Very nice, sold here, and now we're gonna buy DIA ETF here. US 2000, same story. Buy, sell closer to this. Now in the middle, we don't do anything. US 2000, Russell will drop a little bit more. You buy here. So very nice trades. Gold miners, I told you guys yesterday, this is where you need to buy. Massive pump. It was almost 1.6% up at one point, and now again it's very close to the buy zone. And if it goes below 29.46, look to buy. Gold, the reason gold miners are going down because gold touched the buy zone, massive pump to the sell zone, then sold again, and these levels were shared pre-market with all the subscribers, and now we're in the middle. So I think gold miners still have a way to go. I'm looking for 30.4 to take profits on gold miners. And you can see silver is doing same thing. It's in the middle, came close to buy zone. In the middle, we don't do anything. We have to wait for silver to hit sell zones. We sell here, or if we come back here, we buy here. Okay, this is where we have no advantage, bulls and bears. Okay guys, if you like this content, if you want to join, there's a join button in the description of this video. It's only like $6 membership for a month. It's very cheap. One trade can make you for the money for the whole year, and it's very reasonable. And you can join first month. You can see if you like it. You can leave subscribing. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. Nothing to lose. And if you don't want to subscribe, that's fine. You can wait for end of day update, and you can see the levels for end of day. But overnight these levels change because futures are running 24/7. So it's very important to have levels in the morning pre-market, how things are shaping up, so you can plan your trades daily. And if you like the content, please hit the like button, guys. Only takes 1 second to hit the like. Let's review levels for next week. Basically. What trades we can take, and you can see we were here with natural gas came to the buy zone, nice trades here, sold here, now very close to the sell zone, so wait for it to dip back again here below 2.53 to buy again. Crude oil, you can see how nicely just jumping around from buy to sell zone. Now it's also in the sell zone, so basically look to short crude oil here. Toronto Stock Exchange, massive pump, and came again to the buy zone. This is where you gotta buy XIC ETF, Hang Seng Index. This is Chinese, Baba, Alibaba, everything is here, Baidu is here, getting close to the buy zone. So if on Monday morning when I share pre-market update, if it is here, we will be looking to buy Baba, Baidu, there's also an ETF, CQQQ, and also there's an ETF, MCHI. This is what you can look to buy. Bitcoin came back to the buy zone, and now as of this recording, still in the buy zone. You can see touch sell zone, sold off. Now again in the buy zone. Ethereum again in the buy zone, and bonds are bouncing. You can see from the buy zone, bounce massively here. I told everybody to buy TLT yesterday. If you look at my daily video, and TLT bounce almost 2% bounce. Amazing trades there. Dollar, I told everybody. In the afternoon, my members I told, because dollar is going to the buy zone, you got to be careful, because if dollar bounces from here, there's going to be selling in stock market and gold. So I told everybody to put stop losses. That's exactly what happened. You can see dollar came close to third standard deviation and now bouncing, and the stock market and gold and everything else was dumping. Copper came coming close to the buy zone. CPER is the ETF. Wheat coming close to the buy zone, 618.2 and below, you should buy it. Corn also coming close to the buy zone. Soya beans in the middle, nothing to do here. Sugar is still in the buy zone, and eventually commodities will pump. Dollar was higher, so that's why commodities are selling, but soon this is gonna be going other way. Okay. Let's quickly look at some of the stocks. What we're gonna do is we're gonna turn the extended hours trading, so it gets easier. And let's quickly look at sectors. Newmont Mine bouncing from the buy zone, still close to the buy zone. You can see 40.5 and below. You can look to buy XLK. Barely Apple is dragging this lower. It's closer to second standard deviation, so it's in the buy zone. XLE, nothing to do here. XLV in the buy zone. XLU in the buy zone, XLI in the buy zone, XLRE real estate sector in the buy zone, financials came closer to buy zone. If it drops below 24.83, look to buy financials. Tesla very close to buy zone, 252.67. SOXL, triple X leverage came to the buy zone, now bouncing. Look to buy if it goes below 24.26, look to buy this. Google still away, 127.4 and below, look to buy. Microsoft, we're gonna review gap fills. Looks like a lot of these are filling gaps, and Microsoft below 325.44, you should look to buy. Meta below 308. Apple coming close to third standard deviation. Very good time to buy Apple in my opinion. For the long-term hold, this is a sale, 5% down on Apple, usually don't happen. Amazon came to the sell zone. You can see pre-market, it was in sell zone all the time. Now at the end of the day, losing a little bit momentum, but still do not short Amazon. It's looking like it wants to go higher. NVDA in the middle. AMD came to the buy zone yesterday, and now it's pumping. ARKK is in the buy zone. Shopify down 2% in the buy zone. PayPal down 2%, third standard deviation in the buy zone. And Cisco in the middle. IBM, CRM in the buy zone. Disney is bouncing now, coming close to buy zone and bouncing. UPS in the buy zone. McDonald's in the buy zone. Home Depot in the buy zone. Honeywell in the buy zone. MasterCard closer to the buy zone. Procter and Gamble closer to that. Starbucks just touched buy zone end of day. Uber touched buy zone. Verizon near the buy zone. Thales in the buy zone. Bell bouncing was still in the buy zone. Coca-Cola buy zone. Costco in the buy zone. Walmart buy zone. All of these stocks looks like sale again end of day. Today was the day to take profit and buy again. End of day looks like. You can see CVS Health is in the buy zone. Pfizer is in the buy zone. Baba, Baidu still a little bit away, but getting close to the buy zone. Yeah, okay, so let's do a quick, oh sorry, let me quickly go show some of the Square after earnings selling close to third standard deviation in the buy zone. SE in the buy zone. Plug in the buy zone. Palantir in the buy zone. Target in the buy zone. Zoom in the buy zone. Let's quickly do a daily update now on things. Look what happened. Let me turn this extended trading hours. Go to regular, go to 1 hour chart, and let's hide this standard deviation. Let's bring our moving averages here, and you can see what's happening here. So what they decided, market makers, basically there were gaps. You can see SPY. There was a gap here which was not filled before. This gap was right here, 1 hour chart, 446. So instead of filling this gap, they decided to fill this gap first. Okay, so we can get rid of this gap. So market makers, now I think most likely what they want to do is there's another gap very close by here, and that gap is around 0.79% away. So it is possible. If I go to daily chart, we are very close to this trend line. I think for now what they want to do is let me get the right indicator here, guys. I think hold on here, where did it go? These trading view guys, they keep changing the tools, so it gets very complicated. Okay, here you go. And I think they might want to come back here, fill this gap before they go higher. This is what they want to do. But remember, this gap will be filled, so you don't need to worry if you're holding position. It's very close to filling this gap around 443, and also trend line is here. That's what they're planning to do. Triple Qs, let's go to 1 hour chart and see if so the gap is still here. So again, I think looks like they want to fill this gap first. So let's go to daily chart. Let's adjust this. Looks like this gap here is very close now, and they might want to fill this gap here first. So what do they want to do? Most likely, let me get the right tool. Again, they keep changing. So I think they want to fill this gap first before they go higher to fill some of these gaps. I don't think it's going to come all the way down here. I think it's going to maybe bounce very, very soon. And let's see if I can draw any other trend line to see if there's any other trend line possible. You can see something like this. That's also possible, something like this. And if I adjust this properly, I'm just trying to see if there's a trend line possible if we come and fill this gap here, but doesn't look like, so I'm going to get rid of this. So yeah, there is this trend line. Eventually, this is my target. There's another gap here, but I think for now, 368, they can come, and from today's close, it's down around maybe 0.83%. So let's see. Eventually, just remember this gap will be filled here, and you should look to exit your profits here if you did not sell. Gold. Gold is a very, very good news on gold. You can see it's back on this trend line. You can, if I zoom in, you can see it's back on this trend line. Very good news for gold lovers and gold miners. Pump still a little bit below this trend line. I think that's a fake out move, but I think we'll eventually recover that. So gold miners are looking good. Silver, same as gold. I think it's going to go pump a little bit more before it goes down. We'll see how that when that happens. Natural gas looking good, 1.2% backtesting this trend line. It broke it, but it can recover it very nicely very soon. Oil in the middle, basically by the dip, and now again going higher, but starting to develop some divergence. You can see a little bit of divergence developed here. If I draw an arrow here, you can see RSI is going a little bit lower as the price is going higher. So it can come all the way down, and it's in the sell zone as I showed you before. Toronto Stock Exchange, 1 hour chart. Let's quickly see. Looks like a gap is here, so it can still come down and go up, or it can go up and fill this gap first. So you can decide. Hang Seng Index looks like it's bottoming, and it's very. If I showed you earlier, it's very close to the bottom. So should bottom very soon and then pump. Bitcoin daily chart very close to this trend line. I did not. I saw that green dot before other day, and now you can see still green line is below red line. So that dot is not formed. So I will give you an update later on. But looks like that dot is gone. The candle was not closed. The candle closed without the green dot. So let's wait. Maybe it will come back a little bit here and then pump, but it's almost towards the end of the dump, and this is a very good time to buy Ethereum and Bitcoin. So looking for a pump very, very soon. Bonds, you can see very nicely this cycle predicted. This is the bottom. You can see very nicely this was the bottom. Now it's like another bottom and now pumping, looking for higher prices. Dollar, looking for dollar to sell off here. When dollar sells off, I'm expecting stock market to go up, and then eventually dollar will go higher, and then stock market will go down. Copper, Again in the buy zone, look to buy wheat. It could come back to this trend line. It rejected here. If it comes to this trend line, look to buy here. Corn also struggling here, but you can see it's going lower, but with divergences here. You can see on shorter time frame, corn. If I show you here, you can see prices going lower, but divergences are happening on RSI and PPO. So you should be looking to buy corn here. Soybeans in the buy zone. Sugar again not able to go above this back testing this trend line, still going lower. Wait for this to go above this trend line, looking weak right now. And let's quickly look at other stocks. Newmont Mine very close to the buy area here. Let's bring in moving averages here. You can see near major support. This is the biggest gold miner, and XLK down because of Apple. Let's hide these, and I think I adjusted the gaps after today's close, so it's possible it can go up from here and fill this gap before it goes lower. XLE, this gap is filled, so we can get rid of this. Looking for lower prices on daily chart on XLE. XLV, you can see how nicely these gaps are always filled, so you can get rid of this gap. And looking for lower prices. XLU, you can see, oh, that's not a good news. You can see it just broke the trend line. So, but it could be a stop rate, so I think it should recover very, very soon. XLV, this is the good time to buy XLU. XLV, let's quickly see. I think it should bottom as well very soon and then pump. XLI, you can see XLI looking for higher prices, but looks like they want to fill this gap first, so probably we have to fix this now, and it's gonna be like, I think probably fill this gap and then go higher. Most likely that would be the case. Real estate sector, same thing. This can go a little bit lower because the trend line is here. Actually, this, I think it's making another trend line. If I draw a trend line, no, actually, there's no trend line. So this could go a little bit more lower, but remember there's a gap here. There's still a gap here, so that's also possible it could be filled. So I think XLRE can be 50, it can go down and go up. Most likely that could happen, or it can still go up and then fill this gap and then go down on this trend line. XLF financials, oh, actually 1 hour chart, I think it filled this gap, so you can get rid of this. You can see how nicely the gaps are always filled. So sorry guys, I had an interruption. So financials, it filled that gap, and there are no gaps now. So financials should pump, I think, because I'm looking for this to bottom very soon. A pump and then come back lower, like my projection on SPY. KRE Regional Bank ETF is green, but looking for it to go a little bit higher and then go lower, because I'm expecting a pump on all sectors eventually. And Tesla daily chart, it got rejected here. So let me bring in these moving averages. You can see it's holding this 50 SMA line and 50 EMA line. So looking for a little bit pump. It should bottom soon. There's also a gap here. It's quite possible Tesla can come all the way and fill this gap. Eventually this trend line is my target. If it comes first down now and go up, or if it goes up and then come down, you can decide that, but eventually that will be the target. But this is good time to buy Tesla, and also it's in the buy zone right now. Netflix looking for this trend line to hold. Actually, let me see if there's any gaps here. No. Netflix also should pump very soon and then come back to this trend line. We will see how it goes. Google, massive gap here, looking for a little bit pump and then come lower. Let's go to Microsoft. Let's hide these charts. Looks like 1 hour chart filling gap. You can see, guys, how nicely these gaps are filled all the time. So now if I go to daily chart, there's a gap up. So I think it's most likely going to go up, fill this gap, and then come down. And Meta, you can see here, 1 hour chart. This gap up, gap down, it's in the middle. So let's see if it comes, maybe it will go fill this gap and then come down. That's what it looks like most likely. Apple, massive gap down after earnings. This gap will eventually be filled. So I think, so there's also a gap at the bottom here. If I go to 1 hour chart, you can see here, there's a gap here. So Apple can still go lower and fill this gap, or you can go higher, fill this gap and come. So regardless of how it goes, either it can go like this and then go higher, or it can go higher from here and then come lower. So you can decide how you want to do it, but eventually both gaps will be filled. Okay. So I'm in no direction for Apple. I think end of day it's sold, but it's in the buy zone. It could come lower. Let's see. Maybe it will. Monday it will come lower, fill this gap, and then we go higher. Okay. Let's try. I think this might be the objective area. Amazon massive gap up. If I go to 1 hour chart, still did not fill this gap. I think there was this gap for a while ago. Actually, I'm not going to go there, but there's this gap there, and you can see it gapped up and massive gap. These gaps are filled. I don't know when, but this is looking very bullish. I don't want to short Amazon here. NVDA, let's quickly look at any gaps. No gaps, so most likely it's going to go up starting Monday once NASDAQ bottoms and then go down. AMD, let's go to 1 hour chart. This gap is still here, so it's going to fill this gap before it goes higher. So AMD can also had a good earnings, but forecast was bad, so I was expecting a pump. It can go a little bit more higher because I'm expecting indices to go higher after Monday. So we'll see how it goes. Shopify, massive gap here, so things are not looking good for Shopify. I think it's eventually going to come down and fill this gap. Let's see if there's anything else. Pfizer is looking good for long-term portfolio. It's you can see divergences on RSI here. You can see here. If I draw this like this, you can see RSI is going higher, PPO is going higher, so looking nice here. Divergences are happening. And let's see if there's anything else. Let's look at Square, massive gap down, and now coming close to the support area. So I think this is the area where you wanna see this guy hold. Let me see if I can find the right tool. These guys keep changing trading view tools, so you can see this is the area you want to buy. So it's coming close to the buy zone. Square, plug, pump and dump, could be a flag. So let's bring in moving averages here, and yeah, looking like not bad. This could be a flag and it can break out. Also Zoom is sorry guys, I'm not feeling too well, but Zoom is also looking good right on the support line, which is 50 daily SMA line, so looking good for a bounce here. And again, just to recap what I'm expecting, let's quickly look at SPY. I think we're gonna soon, probably on Monday, have a little bit more selling, then we go ahead higher to fill these gaps. So if you, and also all the indices are telling me that we are in the buy zone. So you can see all the standard deviations are telling me that the stocks are in the buy zone, all the indices are in the buy zone, and you don't short here. Okay, anybody telling you to short is a really bad idea. They don't know anything about stocks. This is where you buy. Okay, right guys, hopefully this was very helpful to you. And if you again want to be a member, I will also reply to all the members. Any questions they have, any stocks they want me to add, I will also add in the list here. And I provide daily updates, and I can respond to their inquiries. And I wish you all the best, and have a great weekend. Bye.